Morning, guys. So, I didn't get up till gone 9 today, which I don't know. Most people know that I either go to bed late and get up early or just either sleep constantly. There's no sort of in between for me. But I have been recently surviving on 5 hours sleep most of the time. Why has my face just gone into spasm? I was doing this because I was about to say to you, I'm all totally relaxed today. There's literally nothing kicking off. And then that's just gone into spasm on me. Yeah, typical. But apart from that, I mean, most of you know that I've been chasing my body around itself for the past 8 years, trying to fix all this tension, the fascial adhesions. I mean, I didn't even know what was wrong with me to start with. To start with, I thought it was muscle spasms and muscle knots, trapped nerves. God knows. The doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. The doctors didn't understand it. I mean, crikey, now when I tell the doctors what's happened to me, some of them understand it and some of them are really interested. But some of them look at you like, okay. And you know that they're just sort of thinking, we need to put a little note on this person's file. So anyway, yeah, but I'm feeling a lot better today, shall we say. I'm feeling bloody amazing. I'm like, all the tension I've had in my neck and in my head, even in my face. I mean, I've had tight bits of fascia in my cheek. I've had it everywhere. Yesterday I had a really, really bad headache. And I ended up having to go to bed for a couple of hours. After I'd been to bed for a couple of hours, I started to feel better. Still had a bit of a headache. And I ended up going to bed at gone 1 because of obviously having stayed up having a nap at 6 o'clock till 8. You know what I mean? You're never going to go to bed at a normal time, are you? So, yeah, I didn't get up today till gone 9, which was a nice line for me because I didn't bother setting an alarm. I thought, I'll just get up when I get up. I didn't expect to sleep in that late, though. I woke up thinking, oh, I'm all wide awake now, and let's see, what time it is. Oh, can I have another half an hour in bed? I'm like, oh, shit, no, not a chance. So, yeah. So, I'm there. It feels as though I am. I'm having to be careful with my neck because I had that thing where I had a crane neck and I used to have my head too far forward, which causes your chin to raise. And I've still got a bad habit of sticking my chin in the air. And I just did it then. And it pulls instantly on the back because there is still some residual tension there. Not as much as there was, but it's still a little bit tight, let's say. But I've no longer got an entire neck of solid fascia that's just absolutely like a steel cage of my own making, basically. But that's a video that I will go into one day when I'm not still in my pyjamas and just waking up. But I'm feeling that good that I needed to share it with somebody, and I thought I'd share it with all of you. And I keep looking at the clock because it's 10:30. I need to get some breakfast, and I've got so much gardening to do. Because of the heat, I've not been doing much. But it's finally a lot cooler today. Yeah, that's dead. I need to do another vape cap, get some breakfast. I think I'm going to have eggs for my breakfast. I was doing it again then. Yes, keep your chin tucked in, woman. I don't know, it makes my face look funny. But I'd rather have a funny looking face than a painful neck. Sorry, guys. I'm sure it'll go back to normal once I'm done with this last little bit. But I've been saying that, this last little bit, for how many years now? Am I zoomed in on myself? No, it just seems really close up. Or has my arm got shorter or something? Fuck knows. I seem to be very close. But, yeah, so I'm going to get a hole dug for a tree. I need to plant a load of lavender. I've got some chilies to pot on. They've been in tiny little pots, and some of them are like quite big. One of them is even flowering in the small pot, and I don't know if it's worth putting it on or... I mean, what lifespan do chilies have? Do they keep growing again? That's something to find out about. Oh, wow, you can see the shape of my neck now. That used to just have lumps all the way along. You can still see those bulges there and there. Those are lumps. That's not glands. That's bits of fascia. Bits of gluey fascia, gluey lumps. And you can see one there. You maybe can't see it, but I can see it because I can feel it. It's from holding my phone, so I'm going to have to stretch that out now. Oh, that cricked it. But yeah, I'm going to do a video one day when I'm a bit better dressed and a bit better prepared and can actually put my phone in a stand. Basically explaining what it is I've been doing, because I've sort of said bits, but then I've had mental health crises due to menopause and other stuff, which seems to be calming down. I'm still menopausal because like, I went a year without period, and then a period turned up, and then I went nearly a year without a period, and then a period turned up. And then I discovered that the herbal teas that I had been drinking had been causing me to not take in nutrients correctly, because the tannins in herbal tea block nutrient uptake by up to 50-60%. And marshmallow leaf blocks iron uptake 50%. Obviously, I'm prescribed iron. I was drinking marshmallow tea all day, mixed in with lots and lots of other herbs. So yeah, I was basically killing myself slowly, not taking in food. So I wasn't eating properly either for a bit because of the court case. So I was eating nothing and drinking a lot of tea. So what I was drinking wasn't really going in. So I've started to get much better since I've been drinking less tea and eating properly. Funny enough, I'm actually switching back to the keto diet a little. It happened by accident. I went and bought a load of meat reduced. Well, it was reduced, so I bought it. And slowly ploughing my way through the meat and the bits of salmon that I bought. And I had some Cornish pasties in the freezer that I'd bought reduced. And I soon discovered that I didn't want to eat those anymore, and I couldn't eat them anymore. And like, yeah, they're still in the freezer, and I've given them away. And sort of said to my friend, "You can have those when you're here." I've also got some crumpets in the freezer that are probably going to need throwing out. So I'm still having bits of bread, still having the odd bit of potato, but I don't really do many carbs because of my IBS. It's best to not have much carbs because then I don't get the bloating and the stomach issues. I don't get it that bad. I can have them. But yeah, I've been mostly just eating meat, cheese, fish. I'm having eggs and toast for breakfast today. I don't really have pasta, rice and noodles when I've had a Chinese. And a Chinese I class as healthy food. I'm having a takeaway, it'll be a Chinese or an Indian. So yeah, like one of the first things that I did to start my healing journey was to change my diet completely. I went from eating Weight Watchers meals to try and lose weight, to preparing my own food from scratch every meal, eating stuff out the garden, and then I went to the carnivore diet for a bit, literally the carnivore diet, no fruit, no veg, no nothing else, just meat, eggs, cheese, and it did help. It's really good for an autoimmune reset. But then, of course, I was growing vegetables, and vegetables started to slip back into the diet, and yeah, I was pretty much keto. But then I had a few years where Mike encouraged me to just eat other stuff as well. And when you start eating just other stuff as well, you don't feel the need to stick to the healthy diet, and you start to eat shit. I started eating sweets. At the moment, I'm still eating crisps. And I'm trying to keep it to 1 or 2 packs a day. Occasionally, if I get the munchies, I'll have maybe 3. But sweets, I'll only have it if it's got cannabis in it. I always say I don't want drugs if it hasn't got drugs in it. Because sugar is a drug. People forget sugar's a drug. It's the first drug that you get given as a child most times. And your parents give you it. Your parents give you the first drugs. Just because it's legal does not make it any less of a drug. It changes your brain chemistry within 15 days of using it regularly. That's a drug. So I'm noticing that my left eye is dropping lower than my right. And when I do this now, it's stretching down my left calf, down the outside of it. Because what had happened is, I think that my entire family has been mirroring my mum, and she tilts her head to the left-hand side. And so, of course, that's caused everybody in my family to end up with their left eye slightly lower than the right. Now, that is a postural deformity. And because I'm correcting my posture, and because I've got OCD, yes, I take it to the limit, and that includes straightening my eyes. So I've been doing this. You've got to put your eyes through their full range of motion. And obviously, because we spend a lot of time looking down at our phones, that means spending time looking upwards. I've also found that you've sort of got to... It's as though you stuck your eyeballs back into your eyes and then look up. It's just basically using your eye muscles fully. And it gives you a facelift. So I don't know if it's worked or not, but it's supposed to help to get rid of the jowls. And I did have quite jowls, so I don't know. Maybe when I get to the point where it's like that. Do you reckon? Maybe not. Oh God, that arm's aching. So yeah, so things are getting better. Oh, and you'll have to see what I'm doing with the old feetses. So this is spreading the toes. So you need to spread your toes because that is the end of the fascial chain. And I've been doing the thing where you stick the finger between each toe for 3 minutes, and I've been doing it, but I don't always have time to sit there with my fingers stuck between my toes because I'm busy on my phone, or I'm busy doing this, that, the other, whatever. It's like, now I need to have a drink of my coffee. I couldn't do that if I was sticking my fingers in between my toes, but I'm tired from that angle. Not putting my phone over there. And the sun's coming out, so I'm going to have to go and get my breakfast. But yeah, so I could do with a shave, could I? I don't know. I don't even, yeah, whatever. So, basically, if you want to get better fully, change your diet for a start. You are what you eat. And food is medicine. Do you want me to reel off all of them? You don't need me to reel it all off, you know. You just... I don't want to say it, but most people are inherently lazy. And they will take the faster, easiest option. Unfortunately, the faster, easiest option is what's leaving you in pain. It's what's triggering your autoimmune diseases. It's what's causing your IBS to trigger. It's what's causing your fibromyalgia flares. It's what causes all of your problems. Not all of them, but if you don't have any structural damage and you don't have any of these really like epilepsy conditions and, do you know what I mean? The things that can't be fixed with food, then you really need to take a look at your diet to start with. Because if you can change your diet, and if you're not already using cannabis, and I'm talking legally prescribed cannabis, you know, with the proper dispensing label and everything, if you're not already using that, I would highly recommend that you at least start with some CBD, which you can obtain through me if you want. I don't actually sell it anymore, but I've got good contacts. I still sell Orange County and Excite for Life to people that request it. And I do it cheap, because I don't have any overheads. So, yeah, I'd always recommend that you start with CBD if you're new to cannabis. Mainly because it prevents any anxiety. It's easier to get hold of because you can get it over the counter. And it also just gives you a gentle introduction to cannabinoids. But for people with nerve pain, then you will need THC. THC is the best for nerve pain. CBD is good for some stuff, but when it comes to nerve pain, your CBD isn't really going to do as much. Let's see. What else do you need to do? So once you've started with the CBD, if you suffer with anxiety, you'll find that your anxiety improves. You might find that you don't want to smoke anymore and that you switch to vaping. Although if you're just doing nicotine, I'd suggest just quitting because vaping is really bad for you. Dry herb vapes. So these are called thermal extraction devices. They're more commonly known as dry herb vaporizers. The only problem with that is that people that don't understand about cannabis and the dry herb convection oven will think that it's a vaporizer. And when you say that you're having a vape, they'll assume nicotine, they'll assume illegal in public spaces. So, if we can all start using the words TED, I'm off for a talk with my TED. I'm off for a TED talk, one of my friends said. Basically, thermal extraction device. So if we can all start referring to them as thermal extraction devices, let me just shut that door. Sorry, the bloody washer's on a spin. Yeah, if we can start all calling them thermal extraction devices, then it'll make it easier. It'll make it easier for making hospital policy. It'll make it easier for making policy to use in public. And it'll also make it clear to establishment that it is not vaporising, that it is a medical device. And don't even get me started on the medical ones. The Medical Mighty and the Medical Volcano have got nothing different about them apart from a little sticker that says medic. As far as I'm aware, it's still got exactly the same components. They've just been tested slightly differently. But I don't believe that there's anything else different about it. Now, people in the medical establishment, people in pubs and stuff, unless you tell them, they don't know that only certain TEDs are approved as medical devices. To me, anything that does it to the correct temperature, that hole is really annoying, anything that does it to the correct temperature, to me, should be classed as a medical device. Now, a vapid is a bit of a grey area to me. If you can do it correctly every time, then I suppose it's qualifying as a vaporizer. But for people like me that tend to accidentally combust, I couldn't class that as a vaporizer. And I think that if you went into hospital with a vapid and a blowtorch, I think that would be taking the piss. And probably the same for in a pub. If I went in with a Dynavap and a block, a heating block, I've done that. I did that in London when I went to the patient conference then, 2019. There was quite a few of us sat in the pub. I think a few of us were medicating, I'm not sure. I know I certainly was. I was sat there on the Dynavap, puff, 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 block, reload, puff, 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 block. Because back then I was a quite a heavy user. And I believed that my devices had died, and that's why I was on the Dynavap. So I'm going to have to go soon, because I'm starting to get... So what happens is, because of my bad posture on my neck, because I'm holding my phone, and I'm not doing it 100% correctly, I'm starting to get like a spasmy thing here, where the fascia is trying to take the strain of the weight of the phone, because my muscles aren't holding it correctly. So therefore, I have to literally readjust my entire posture back into the correct place, which includes pulling some funny faces. I'm sorry, it happens. So yes, I'll stick my tongue out sometimes. I exercise my tongue a lot, especially when I'm driving. If you ever see me driving, and you'll see me driving along, and I'm sticking my tongue on my nose, and I'm pulling faces, and it's just something that I do. And there we go, do you know what I mean? It's just, if I don't stretch it out, it's going to continue to get worse. And why bother? Why let it get worse? If you're in public and you're starting to get something that's niggling you, and you're thinking, there's people around, I'll just keep going. Why? Why not just stop, stretch whatever it is that's hurting, even if it means stopping in the middle of the street and going like this for a minute? What's wrong with that? Anybody seeing you will be like, oh, they're having a quick stretch. And if they don't think, oh, they're just having a quick stretch, they might think, what the hell are they doing? Does it really matter if somebody's thinking, what the hell are they doing? You're having a stretch. The more people that do it, the more normalised it'll become, and the more people will actually get out of pain because they feel free to just, oh, this is hurting, I'm just going to stretch it. Oh, this is hurting, I'm just going to stretch it. And it's like, you see the people walking around that people think have got mental illnesses and stuff, and it's like, maybe they're just doing what the body's telling them to do. I mean, especially people with FND, the ones that walk around and they're flinging their arms all over and they can't control the bodies. I mean, I've been there, not to that extent, but I have had some tics that I wasn't aware I was doing, mainly the gurning thing. And yeah, it's just one of those things. So it just happens, and it's just the body doing what the body needs to do. Allow it. Stop ignoring what your body is telling you. Just do it. And speaking of just doing it, the sun is well and truly out, and I am going to go and dig a hole to plant my bloody tree. Actually, I'm going to go get some breakfast first. This was supposed to be a quick 5-minute video, and it's turned into a 20-minute one. Anyways, the basics of the story is that I'm feeling great. I'm all relaxed, like 99.9999999% now, I reckon. And I think that over the next few days, weeks, months, all these last bits of tension that are stuck in my leg, yes, I am massaging my leg. I've got a great big lump of fascia at the back of it that's like a big band. And if anybody is still thinking, what the fuck is she talking about? This girl is off her head. Watch the Fascia Guide documentary. I will put the link under the video again. And if you haven't watched it, then you're the idiots. Please watch it. If you watch it, you'll understand it's 50 minutes. 50 minutes of your life. And it's not 50 minutes that you'll be thinking, I'm not going to get that back. It's 50 minutes of your life thinking, oh my God, why didn't I know this before? Why didn't I know this before? Why didn't they teach us this at school? Why didn't they do this research sooner? Why aren't they telling us about this research? That is how important the fascia is. And on that note, I'm off to do my breakfast and get gardening. And I hope you all have a lovely day, just as I am planning to. And I will catch you on the next video. And to the YouTubers, sorry I've done it in portrait, not landscape, but I forgot. And then I remembered, and I was halfway through, and it's too late. So next time I'll flip the phone round. But today I forgot. Sorry. Have a great one. Bye, guys.